It's midnight, so you know it's time for another
McMuscles movie. Damn it!
Midnight Massacre! And today we got a special Midnight Massacre for you all. It's a brand new movie that came out on two different formats, in theaters and on VOD.
Yeah, and simultaneously. Like, we were gonna go to this one theater in Montreal that usually only plays French movies.
Yeah, or something.
And then Matt's like, well, it's here, so you just watch it at home.
On PS4, Xbox Video and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, so we just watched this. Called Mandy. And it stars your hero...
The great
Cage.
The great Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, and we've seen a couple of his really bad movies that he's been making for years.
Or his movies.
His movies.
No.
Occasionally, I hear that, oh, this one's really good.
Yeah.
And this is one of those ones where I hear it's really good. And we both went into it not seeing anything. I never watched a trailer.
No, never watched a trailer.
I saw a screenshot of him all, caked in blood.
Okay,
and I was like, get fucking in.
Yeah.
I'll watch that. And on Rotten Tomatoes, maybe over the time this recording has changed, but the last time I looked, it was at 93% there, which is incredibly high for a Nicolas Cage film.
For a Nicolas Cage film that had a limited theatrical release, that's just
and day and day on video. Yeah.
You know, you're like, okay.
So it stars him and about no one else I immediately recognized. I think there was one guy, I'm like, I think I've seen you before.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really sure. But basically it's kind of like a noir-soaked, trippy slasher
Phantasmagoric.
revenge thriller.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
I love that.
Yeah, like Phantasmagoria or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and even just by looking at, I want to say the title card, but the poster, the picture of it is this triangular bathed in pink light.
It's all the different characters.
All the different characters. Kind of Stranger Things poster-esque, but, I mean, it's also set in 83.
Yeah.
So you got that.
It leans on the 83-ness, not because they have Ronald Reagan speaking on a TV at the start, whatever. But basically it starts with Nicolas Cage is a lumberjack.
Yeah.
And he has a wife at home. They live in a secluded cabin in the woods. It's a nice home. It's
with that title card, though. It had this magical title card. It said, The Shadow Mountain, 1983. I'm like, what is this? And I think they leaned heavily on, the aesthetic of science fiction-y books of that era. Not science fiction even, but
it's not exactly Stranger Things. It's a little bit different.
More on the rock side. I know there's a word that I'm looking for to explain what
album
this
covers,
is.
trippy album covers, maybe?
Yeah, sort of. But, I mean, I'm gonna say also this film is not for everyone. I'm sure a lot of people are just gonna hate this and be like,
I have something to say about that because I know exactly what you mean.
Too, I don't get it. Too relying on neon light. The lighting is really
too much relying on aesthetic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Too much relying on big mood. Okay, big 83 metalhead mood with the dash of LSD. Yeah, and some people are like, that's cool for a bit of a sequence, but for it to be the whole sort of theme of, underlying theme of the whole movie, it's just not for some people.
Yeah.
And I get that.
We're not going to go into the plot because there's not that much to say other than, a weird cult is nearby and they see Nicolas Cage's wife and the crazy cult leader is like, I want some of that.
I want that.
And then
have
they do that and they grab his wife and Nicolas Cage goes on a trippy, mind-bending revenge yarn to get revenge. And that's basically it. And it delivered on that.
Yeah, it's one of those, do you love crazy Nicolas Cage faces? Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know the faces.
There's not as many.
Faces of 1,000 memes.
There's not as many as in Face Off, but when he does do the faces, they're there.
Superb. They're top tier Cage faces that you're worth the cost of the movie alone is to get to
even if he doesn't
this.
do that, I think you know me by now. If you have a nice synth soundtrack that's very 80s, I'm also in on that alone. And it has a really good one. Most of the time, it's really understated. There's just tones, but when it comes up, and the movie filled with gore, practical gore. I think too. I don't remember seeing any CG, or if I did, I didn't notice.
It was mostly special effects, makeup, and stuff that, which I like too.
And I never heard of the filmmaker. It's Panos Grikianos.
Yeah.
Never heard of
forgot
this
his
guy
name,
before.
too.
It's that. All I remember is his first name was
It's just
Panos.
some Greek metalhead.
Yeah,
that was just
I think so.
This is my homage to this, and Nicolas Cage was like, I'm fucking in. Got my faces ready.
What's weird is that, do you feel he's kind of like, he did a good job in like an over-the-top way, but the rest of the movie is like kind of serious, so his facial expressions and sometimes where he acts when he's drinking a bottle of vodka, he's like,
yeah, the vodka scene. You guys will know it when you see it. You're like, yes.
It's a little.
I've missed you, baby. Welcome home.
It's a little at odds with the movie's pretty serious.
Well, it's because the voyage he's going on and how he's fueled by it is what I'll say again.
Yeah,
it makes sense, and I think he doesn't have even that many lines in this whole movie.
Not that many,
it's one of those he probably speaks like 20 to 30 lines.
And we read somewhere that he's like, my inspiration for this role was like, I'm a slasher killer. Like I think there says Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers.
He says one of the classics, one of the OGs.
And because he doesn't have that much to say after a while,
he doesn't.
Stops talking. So.
But I mean, it's super metal. Like the whole movie in general.
There's 4 bosses he has to fight, and if anyone's seen a Hobo with a Shotgun, there's that group of bosses called the Plague or something, where like they're just members of Slipknot.
Yeah,
and they're in there.
Members of Slipknot were in this movie.
I loved it. I was into that.
Yeah,
that whole sequence was really good, where he's getting revenge on them, and then he gets more revenge on like normal people.
Well, cultists.
But they're not super-powered drug monsters.
Yes.
But
don't do drugs, kids.
Well, do them if you need to get revenge. If someone kills you, I guess I have to do drugs now.
Yeah.
So there's something I wanted to mention, like you said. It's like, this might not be a movie for someone. I mean, I think it's really more palatable than like, remember we saw the Neon Demon and Only God Forgives. These are Nicholas Winding Refn. I forget how to say his name. These are his like style over substance things.
Yeah.
But it actually is easy to follow. It's not like, what the fuck's going on? So
it's not trying to be Lynch-esque for the sake of nothing, just throwing some weird shit in there because that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It was consistent, like it had a linearness to it, I guess, that
point A and point B.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not that deep of like a plot. It's not that deep. It's like someone does you wrong and you go on a kill crazy rampage. Like that's what it is.
It is all about mood, like you said, but unlike those other movies I just referenced, it's like you can be like, I'm watching a movie.
Yeah.
I know what's happening.
Yeah.
Cool. So I give it points for that, but like you said, it's not. Yeah, if you're looking for an in-depth story and lots of character development, plot twists, there's none of that.
No, not really.
But I do think it makes up for it with like its aesthetic is pretty high up there. And
but that's not all it has going for it. Basically, is what you're saying. That's not all it has going for it. It's just a pleasantly well done in this aesthetic.
Like the acting was good, and his wife, his wife doesn't get all that much to do, but I mean she is.
All I'm gonna say is they made this woman look so bad that like when you go on IMDb and you research this actress and you see her like.
She looks like a Hollywood actress.
She looks like a Hollywood actress. In this, I don't even know if they gave her prosthesis or we just kept saying like, what's with these contact lenses? Everyone had these very dark, like full sclera, I don't know what they're called, lenses, like all black in your eye.
It was always looking a little weird.
Yeah, she looked like, not bad necessarily, but kind of, I don't know how to say it. I was gonna say freakish, but that's not,
No, she just looks a little like disheveled, I guess.
Yeah, well you could tell she's an oddball. Like she likes living in seclusion with Nicolas Cage. She's like, it's her favorite, and like she likes planets.
She's an artist. Of course she's a weird.
So whatever, but I'm just saying like bravo to all of the makeup, the special effects and everything.
The Slumdog guys look awesome too.
On top of the general aesthetic with the lighting and stuff like that and the music, the makeup was really well done, I find.
Yeah. This has to be like the best Nicolas Cage movie I've seen in a while, like of his modern ones. Like we watched like I don't know 2 or 3 others. We watched like Pay the Ghost.
Oh god.
And then there's another new one that's on there, but that's on VOD that we haven't even touched yet. But there's been some absolute stinkers, and this isn't one of them.
Well, he's gotta get paid, right? He owes all those back taxes.
I feel like he
needs
just
money.
throws darts at scripts and then just picks them randomly, and sometimes
It
he'll
lands.
pick a good one.
Yeah, like this one. I feel like this one he might have been like excited to actually do it, or actually, you know, not just like, give me the money, please.
Oh, you saw Mom
you know?
and Dad where he has the virus where he wants to kill his kids.
That wasn't bad either, actually.
That wasn't bad, but it's like I actually had less to say about that. Like I like that less than this Mandy, but yeah, I guess that's
Give that a watch too.
Yeah, if you feel like.
It's on Netflix, you know. Selma Blair.
But I guess that's Mandy, unless you have any closing things about it. Yeah, no, I
into it.
I enjoyed it. I recommend it. I'd say even pay for it if you're into this type of movie that's a lot of aesthetic over story.
I feel like it'll end up on Netflix at some point.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe by the time you watch this, and if it's there, like, give it a go, definitely. And you'll know within the first, like, 25 minutes if it's for you or not.
Yeah, no,
and then you can turn it off.
So I guess that's it for McMuscles Midnight Madness today. Massacre!
Oh, yeah! We got no intros, we got no outros, we got nothing. I was gonna say, have a spooktacular evening.
Nah.
No?
No. Have a merry massacre?
That's weird.
No, because you say Happy Halloween, not Merry Massacre. Not Merry Halloween. Anyway.
Someone help us. We're bad at this.
Stay tuned tomorrow night for another trip into the massacre. Maybe that's good enough. I don't know. Will we watch another good Nicolas Cage movie during the month? Probably not.
Is there another good Nicolas Cage movie?